dangerous. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We doing honest, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory, straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led out by Malik Willis, the rookie who started his college career at Auburn and finished with the Liberty Flames.
Space for their runners. That old coach told me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
It was Tyus Bowser that time who made the play on the defensive side. Second down, another run with Taylor. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Third down, it's Willis. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Back to throw, Willis. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Holding offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
Willis on third and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Goodwin from 3 yards out. And the Colts are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Kenedawagu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year in 2019, and that's Ryan Tannehill. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. And think about this strong safety position. They're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time, great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play. On second and 11 now. Tannehill looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping it air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You only had to draws with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. 10-0 the score after 1. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On 4th down, Matt Ariza is sent on to punt. Pulled in at the 24. And he is out of bounds right around the 44. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a solid run down inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Try the middle here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
McPherson's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier. This time, he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run once more with Taylor. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, it's Taylor. 64 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Willis from the gun on third down. Hard throw, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On first down, Tannehill. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Willis looking to throw on first down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. Second interception for them. After the interception, here's Tannehill. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. On second and very short. Tannehill going out wide, finds Chubb. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first and 10, Tannehill. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Tannehill throwing again. Completes it again to Gage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Tannehill on first down. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts him in excellent position. First and goal after a gain of 19. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Tannehill. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. DJ Chark as the first half is winding down. And the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So the drive there took 6 plays. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Willis. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So it's on to halftime. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point.
And it's a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball, let's go down and score, put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
Following the fumble recovery, Willis will set up the screen to Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Throwing again on second down. Willis, right side, Thornton with it. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Willis to throw. He's got his man, Thornton. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Badgley's kick is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there. Forced the fumble, they recovered, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. From him to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go with Chubb on second down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Tannehill. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw on second and 10. Tannehill. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the right hash, this from 53. McPherson's kick is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see. We're pretty, excited about the big plays. Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Willis will look to throw it. Throw finding Thornton over the... Now the ball comes loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a...
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that would overturn it. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Willis slides safely, and he picks up the 1st down. Sets him up nicely, 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Back to throw, Willis. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Jamison Williams, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. His guys will take a 10-point lead. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now out come the Bills. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Tannehill's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now a throw here, hauled in. call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. To throw is Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Throwing again is Tannehill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it. They're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
They'll go option on second down, right side. Off the option, here's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Okay, ready?
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. On second down, here's Pierce. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll go down at the 28. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, that's the fear any defense has, when the quarterback gets involved in the running game, you don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Willis on the sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Colts are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To the air again, Tannehill. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Tannehill. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. One last throw here for Tannehill. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to...
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like the